Good evening, all of you. Once again, I welcome you, all of you, on the fifth day of this 7 days workshop on time series analysis. Once again, I welcome Dr. Brijesh sir. I hope Dr. Brijesh sir health is good. And we are learning so many things for the past 4 days. So any query before starting today's session, you can ask to Dr. Brijesh sir. You can unmute yourself and you can ask. And I have also shared one assignments on WhatsApp group, which Brijesh sir shared with me. So I hope you all have seen that assignment. Yes, Brijesh sir. Please unmute.
Thank you, Ravi sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank
Very
you.
good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Not well, 100% not well. I'm trying to become fit, but it's blessings to me that while I'm talking to you all now, I feel myself as a fit. And the moment time comes like 6:30, my health goes down. And again, it will take 22 hours to become recharged so that I can meet you all. So it's all your blessings. Okay. Oh, I shared one assignment to you all, right? I shared that data, basically. Have you tried the regression analysis on that data, or you just try the different tests on that data? Yes, all of you?
Sorry, sir, I couldn't find time to do.
Okay, you just go through with the data and you just apply all the tests which we learn in last 4 days, right? 4-5 days.
Definitely.
Okay. So today I'm going to discuss about the time series analysis, right? Till yesterday we were discussing forecasting, and definitely we will do forecasting with the help of time series as well. The difference between time series and regression is this. In regression, we have a dependent variable and independent variable, right? But when I'm talking about the time series analysis, we have a certain data and the fluctuation is coming just because of time frame. Got it my point? And I will share my
Yes, sir.
presentation with you so that you can see as well. Just a minute. I just open my presentation and I will check that man is working or not. Okay, now everything is fine. Tested and just. And I hope it is visible to you all, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I'm talking about time series analysis, basically what happened, we have a certain data and the changes, the fluctuation is data just because of time. If you will see these 4 charts, you will find 1975, 1980, 1990, and 1995, right? That means on X series we have time, and on Y series we have certain data. See, similarly, if I'm talking about next chart, we have days. This is what? Days. Again, it is what? Time. And here is also what? Time. If I'm talking about this also, again, we have what? Time in days or in years. So whatever what I want to say, that means on the basis of time, there is a change in your data. Your data might be a demand, data might be a per share price, data might be a sales, whatever is it is. But changes is happening just because of time. Now, if we talk about the time series, there are different type of pattern in charts. If you will see, this is called horizontal pattern. And how will you will come to know that it is horizontal pattern? if you will take a, if you will see, there is a certain average value. On that average value, your time series is what? Fluctuating, right? That means this pattern is going to show is a straight line, horizontal line. And if it is, increasing, if it become increasing or decreasing, it become trend. But in this case, we have a time series as a horizontal pattern. Again, this is also a horizontal pattern. If you will observe it, this data is horizontal and this data is also a horizontal. But due to certain reason, your timeline, your this series just shift upside, right? Just increase. For example, if I'm talking about the medicine in up to 2020, right? In fact, March 2020, the sales of sanitizer is like this. But after March 2020, the sales of sanitizer is shift and the pattern is like this. So this is what, just because of certain reason, your time path has been changed. That's right. So it is also quite possible when we are going to draw a chart, we can see such charts as well. Now, if I'm talking about trend pattern, if your regression line become a straight, it is called horizontal. If it is increasing or if it is decreasing, that become what? Trend. This is what trend pattern of time series, and this is called exponential. Although it is, if you will see, up to this point, it is a trend. Up to this point, it is a trend. If I'm talking about this part, this is also a trend. But just because of this change, it is, we are getting suddenly growth in the data. This is that is why it become what? Exponential trend, because of the trend line is going like this, exponential. Now the next pattern is what? Seasonal pattern. In case of a seasonal pattern, what happen, on the basis of a mean line or central line, there is a fluctuation like increase, then decrease, then increase, then decrease, increase, then decrease, increase, and decrease. This is what? Seasonality. Just because of season. If I'm talking about the price of sweets, if I'm talking about price of woolen garments, if I'm talking about price of cotton wear, according to the season, the price is increase or decrease. If I'm talking about refrigeration system, like refrigerator, AC, cooler, right? When summer comes, the price goes high, and when winter comes, price goes down, and in rainy season, the price is what? Normal. So the prices are fluctuating just because of the seasonality. If I'm talking about trend as well as seasonal, the in the seasonal, you just observe this dotted line is a horizontal. Yes or no? So this is what, when dotted line is horizontal and the fluctuation is just above and below the this dotted line, that is called seasonal. When dotted line become like this, either increment, or the dotted line become like this down, it become what? Seasonal and trend pattern. That means you can see the both things, like increasing, then decrease, then increasing, then decrease, then increasing, then decrease, then increasing. This is what? A seasonal. A particular time frame, the sales increase and decrease and increase and decrease on a certain interval, as well as the trend is increasing. The trend is increasing. That is why it become what? Trend and seasonality. Right. So if I'll ask how you will check that it is seasonal, it is trend, it is horizontal, you just look at here. if you will draw a straight line and that straight line become like this, but the fluctuation is not a particular interval, that is called horizontal. Again, the dotted line like this, that is what regression line, but you will find a certain pattern on the basis of certain interval, that is called seasonal. And when the dotted line is either increasing or decreasing, that is called trend. And in this trend, if fluctuation is not fixed, that is what? Trend only. If the trend line is increasing but fluctuation is systematic, that is called seasonal trend. I hope it is clear. Yes or no?
Yes.
Because of before study the time series forecasting, we have to understand it, what type of nature our data has, right? We have to try to understand. And if I'm talking about the cyclical pattern, that means there is a cycle, just like increasing, then decreasing, increasing, then decreasing. If I'm talking to you, because of you all are very much learned person, just tell me one thing. Is there any relationship between the commodity market, share market, and real estate market? Just tell me one thing. Is there any relationship? Yes, all of you? Have you observed that all the markets, I'm talking about commodity market, I'm talking about stock market, I'm talking about real estate, all are together goes getting growth?
Yes, sir.
Yes. If you will observe out of these three markets, especially, only one market will be on top and one market is 100% down. This is what a cyclical pattern. If I'm talking about only two things, I'm going to combine stock market and commodity market. I'm going to combine it, and separately I'm going to focus on the real estate. What happened when I'm not getting good returns from the share market or commodity market? I will invest my amount into the real estate. I will purchase land. When I found I got the stagnation in the real estate, what happened? I'm not getting the good return from the real estate market. I will invest my amount into the either commodity market or share market. So it happened. It's a cyclical system, right? If you will see, because of definitely you might be from different background. How many of you are from commerce background? Please raise your hand. Commerce? No one? Okay. How many of you are from science background? No. And what about arts? Humanities? Okay. Engineering? Medical? Management? I don't know why I got only one response from you. Later on, I haven't get any response. Only Kiran and Shilpa gave me the response regarding you are from which faculty, right? There are different faculties like commerce, arts, and humanities, and you might be observed. If science is on train on top, that everybody is running behind science, either physics, chemistry, mathematics, or physics, chemistry, and biology, and you will find that we will not get good admission in arts and commerce. And there, when saturation comes in the field of science, might be you will get a good opportunity in commerce. Then every person running behind what ABST, business administration, and economics, finance. When again the saturation is there, then everybody running behind the what? Humanities, psychology, philosophy, history, political science, public administration. So this is what a cycle, right? So same cycle we are going to analyze in our train line. Ki what exactly is happening, right? Is there any cyclical pattern or not? If you will see the next slide, you can easily understand it. Can you see it? Yes or no? There is a cycle. Increase, decrease, increase, decrease. This is what? Cyclical pattern. But in a particular cycle, there is a fluctuation in data that is called seasonal. And it's going to, if I'm talking about a regression line, it is going to increment in the pattern that is called trend. So with the help of single chart, I'm going to explain you. If I'm talking about this part, if I'm talking about this part, it's going to show me what? It's going to show me what? Seasonal. This is what? A seasonal effect. This is a what? Seasonal effect. But if you will draw a line, you will get a trend. So seasonal trend. But when I'm talking about the long run, so again, the market is increasing, then decreasing, then increasing, then decreasing, then increasing. So there is a cyclical method. And in cyclical method, there is a fluctuation like this. So we have to understand our nature of our data, that it is cyclical, it is trend, it is seasonal, it is horizontal, it is trend and cyclic, seasonal, what kind of data we have. Right. Now, if I am talking about moving average, have you heard this word moving average? You say yes or no?
Yes, sir.
What exactly is moving average?
The average which changes with the time.
Average which changes the time. Okay. Why we calculate moving average? Why we calculate moving average?
To get the standard deviation?
No. Okay, I'll show you one data, right? I'll show you one data, and you just try to explain that thing. Right. I hope it is visible to you, right? This is what date and price. Agreed? Visible hai?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a chart. I'm going to make a chart of it. Don't worry, I'll tell you step by step. Right. This is what price. And I'm going to make a chart. This. Okay. Okay. Can you see the fluctuation in this chart?
Yes, sir, very much.
Right. Again, I'm going to make a new chart. Again, I'm going to make a new chart. Right. Can you see it? I'm talking about this chart.
Yes, sir.
My company is progressing or not? I want to know it. In 27 months, in 27 months, my company is progressing or not?
Yes, sir.
How you will say
Progressing
that my
with
company is
a
progressing?
very less difference, sir. Very less growth.
Very less growth, right? But are you confident that I'm getting growth in my, there is a growth in my company? Just tell me, are you confident or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So with the help of this chart, I'm not in such a position that I'm confidently say that there is a growth or not, right? Because of there are fluctuations now. If I'm
Yes,
talking
sir.
about, this is a very big fluctuation. This is also very big fluctuation, right? I'm trying to grow, again I came down. I'm trying to grow, again I came down. I'm trying to grow. And definitely in future, again I will come down. And you can see in this chart as well. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So ultimately, my objective is to know that I'm growing or not. So with the help of moving average, I can give smoothing to my chart. Got it, my point? With the help of moving average, I can give smoothing to my chart. And how we can do it, you just look at here. How many months I have taken? Up to 1st of
March
March.
2007.
Right. Okay. What I'll do, I'm going to take copied this data, right? Control C. And I'm going to paste it on new sheet. This. Okay. Now what I'll do, I'm just going to draw a chart. Can I draw?
Yes, sir.
This is what my chart. Now what I'll do, I'm going to do moving average of 3 years. Sorry, 3 months, moving average of 3 months. So if I'm going to take a moving average of 3 months, it shows what? I'm going to take an average price of these 3 months.
Yes, sir.
I will take average price of these three. And what is the average price of it? 3526.59 plus 3180.89 plus 3252.22 divided by 3. This is the way only. And because of I am going to take 3-year moving average, I will put my
Yes, sir.
average middle of the month, right? That means in the second month. Got it, my point? So
Repeat, sir.
because of I'm going to take average of 3 months, where I will place? Can I place in A box, B box, or C box? Where I must place? This is my question.
B.
Why B?
Because
Because
it is exact the mid of
it is a
the.
average of 3 months, na? That is why. So I will put in middle. If I'm talking about moving average of 5 months, then where I must put the value A, B, C, D, and E. Middle month, that means C only. Yes, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Right. And what about when I'm talking about 4 months moving average? 4 months moving average. That means average of A, B, C, D. That means the average comes between B and C now.
Yes, sir.
But there is no cell between B and C. That is why normally we prefer what? Odd number moving average. Gotten my point?
Yes, sir.
Although we have a solution of it, I will explain you in some times. So this time I'm going to take a moving average of 3 months. Now look at here. Equals to average average of 3 months, right? So this is the average of 3 months. Done. B2 colon B4. Agreed or not?
Yes, sir.
Now I'm going to drag it. I'm going to drag it. I drag. Now let me check that I'm right or wrong. Let me check that I'm right or wrong. If I'm talking about this is the average of these three, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
If I'm talking about this is the also average of these 3 months. And
Yes,
at
sir.
the end, what about this? It is wrong
Yes, sir.
because of there is no value in 3rd month now.
Yes, sir.
So what should I do? I'm going to delete it. I'm not going to take it. And what about this? This is perfect. So I took a average of moving average of 3 months. Agreed?
So these averages are inclusive or exclusive?
These averages are inclusive of 3 months. I'm
means-
going to take an average of 3 months. If you will see, you just look at here. When I took an average of this is the average of what? First 3 months now?
Up to March.
Right. And what about the second average? Feb to April? Yes or no?
I just want to know, sir, why it is not taking April, May, and June, 4, 5, 6.
4, 5, and 6. Oh, it is there.
But why it is taking again Feb, March, and April, then March, April, May, then April, May.
Because of I want to know the pattern. I want to know the pattern. I'm just excluding only 1 month and including the successive month. Right?
Okay, sir.
So that I can take the importance of each and every data. Right? And what's the purpose of it and how it's going to support me? Look at here. Again, just select data and I'm going to add this series. I'm going to add series name is just a minute. I'll must give series name this now. Okay. Select data, add this moving average, and I'm going to give the range. This is what my moving average, and click OK and OK. Can you see this fluctuation reduced? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
This point comes down.
Yes, sir.
This points goes up. This points come down. This points goes up. What exactly happening? I'm going to smooth my data. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
If I'm talking about the next time, I'm going to this time I'm going to take moving average for 5 years, right? Equals to average of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And just going down, it is perfect. And you can see this is the average of 5 years, last 5 years. Sorry, 5 months.
Yes, sir.
So it is my moving average, and I'm just going to draw again. I'm going to draw a line in my chart so that I can see it. Again, select data, add. This is what 5-year moving average, and series value is this. And you have to select the empty cell as well. Just click OK and then OK. Can you see? If you will closely observe, it's going to make more smooth.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
talking about this. I will change the color of this line. I will change the color of this line. Oh, only one line. Why it's happened? Line solid this. Black color is good. Okay. Can you see this black color line?
Yes, sir.
It
It's
is
more
it has less fluctuation as compared to origin one.
Yes, sir.
And if I will ignore this line, you just see it's going to increasing, right? There is a growth.
Yes, sir.
It's going to show me the growth. If I'll take a 7-year moving average, can I take 7-year moving average?
7 months.
7 months. Yes, you are genius. You are always correcting me. Right. I'm very much thankful to you. You just tell me I'm right or wrong. How many months? 5, 6, 7, yes? I did a mistake. Control X. Control V. Yes. Correct. Done. Just drag it down. Let me check. Perfect. And I'm just going to add one more line in this chart. And add this. I will write it later. And this is what my 7-year moving average. Okay and okay. Can you see now it become more smooth?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Basically, the purpose of moving average so that we can see the smoothing in the chart, right? We can see the trend, it's growing or it's horizontal or it's declining. Agreed. The purpose of this is what? Moving average. Now, moving average is very more important in the analysis, right? Okay. I'm just going to delete it again. And the next point is what? If you want to check there is a seasonality or not, okay, how we will check?
Sir, excuse me, sir. I have one question.
Yeah, please.
Whether we have to test the trends, analyze the trends,
Okay.
which one is very suitable, sir? Whether it is linear trend or moving average trend?
Moving average is just going to tell you the trend. It's not for forecasting purpose, right? There are certain another method which they are going to take the help of moving average in forecasting. If you will see, I'm just going to minimize the fluctuation of the data. Have you seen it? When I'm going to take a moving average of 3 months, moving average of 5 months, and moving average of 7 months. I'm just going to give the smoothing to the chart. Agreed? But I was not able to forecast it. Done.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Right. We have, if I'm talking about, I'm going to select the data, right? I'm just going to show you one power of the Excel, but in the research, in the thesis, you have to do so many things. But when you are talking about in, shortcut method of forecasting, I just select the data, go to the data tab. There is a forecast sheet. Can you see it? Forecast sheet.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Just click on it. What happened? Is going to tell us about forecasting now.
It is showing 3 dimensions.
Actually, up to this point, there is a our observed data. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
At this point where my cursor is moving, at this point, it is what? Our observed data. It is our forecasting. This line, bold line is our forecasting. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
The upper line is what? The maximum possibility. Upper boundary level, right? And the lower is what? Lowest, minimum sale. If I'll say, if I'll talking, suppose you are asking ki, how many product will sell in the month of August? I will say on an average 200 product will sell, and maximum it reach up to 275 and minimum is 125. Got it my point?
Yes, sir.
Ki on an
It is
average you
going
will
to
sell,
give the
on an
range.
average you will sell what? 200. It is what expected. But it is quite possible that you can sell 275, or it is also quite possible that your minimum sale will be 125. So that I'm going to give you a range. So with the help of this forecast sheet, you can get the range between the minimum and maximum and the expected sale. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
But how we will get it? Or not only this, because of I took a small data, na? Suppose I will take this data. If I'll take my original data, where is my original data? This one, right? I just deleted. Can you see the fluctuations? If I'm going to do forecasting of it, what exactly happened? You just look at here. This pattern, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, question is this: is there any seasonality or not? If I'm talking about in this data, I want to know, I want to check the seasonality, that there is a seasonality or not. If I'll draw a chart, insert this and this. Can you tell me there is a seasonality or not? Definitely after some
Can't say,
time,
sir.
increasing then decrease, then increasing then decrease, increasing then decrease. Yes or no? But
Yes,
I
sir.
don't know there's a seasonality or not. Now I'm going to check it. We have one formula in Excel. Please note down. We have one formula in Excel that is equals to forecast dot est dot
Seasonality.
seasonality. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
What is the first argument?
Values. Then
Values.
timeline.
I'm going to select the values. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Comma. Then I'm going to select the
Timeline.
timeline and just entered. What happened?
12.
12. That means every 12 months, the pattern is going to repeat. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
If you will see, every 12 months, the pattern is going to repeat. You just look at here. What is the date? 1st of January
January
2005.
2005.
Then again 1st of January 2006. Increase and decrease, then increase. Then again increase, decrease, increase. Got a
Yes,
point? This
yes, sir.
Excel is going to find the seasonality among the data. Okay. So in the sheet number two, we got the seasonality. Yes or no? Can we try the same thing for sheet number 3? I'm talking about this data.
Yes, sir.
I'll give these some numbers, right? I'll take some numbers. Okay. Because of timeline is required now. Okay. Equals to forecast establishment seasonality. This is what my values, comma, and this is what timeline, and enter. What happened? What is the result?
No seasonality, sir.
There is no seasonality. Can we check the
Trend.
yeah? Can we check the trend with the help of graphical method?
Yes, sir.
Can you see the trend in this method?
Yes, sir.
There is a seasonality.
Can't say, sir. No, seasonality is 0. We have just calculated.
No, I am talking about, suppose we haven't used that formula.
Okay.
By observation of a chart. Can
No,
you
sir.
see? Because of we are not going to find the pattern now,
Yes, sir.
as compared to this chart, as compared to this. In this case, we were getting the pattern. A certain pattern was there,
Yes,
right?
yes, sir.
And that pattern was telling us the seasonality. You
Yes,
can
sir.
see the almost, it is same, but it is not seen in this chart. When we
Yes.
apply the formula, we got there is no seasonality. We got the 0 value, right?
Yes, sir.
It might be a matter of chance. Quite possible, na?
Yes, sir.
It might be a matter of chance. Oh, let me check. Is there any seasonality? Just tell me.
No, sir.
No. Can we use this formula?
Yes, sir.
What we got? 0.
0.
Okay. Can we try on this data?
Yes, sir.
Is there any seasonality?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
I think my data is out. That is why you are confidently saying yes, sir.
No, sir. By seeing the chart, I'm saying.
Okay. We require timeline. Now we have to insert one more column, right?
Yes, sir.
We have to insert the timeline. Okay. So this is equals to forecast. This is what values, comma, timeline, and entered. Yes. There's a seasonality in every 4 months, 4 quarters. In fact, every 4 quarters, the season repeats, the pattern repeats. Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just tell me up to this point any doubt. Because of it is, very tough area I'm going to discussing with you. Although you might be feeling, oh, it's so easy. Yes or no?
So when you were drawing the trend
Yeah.
of graph,
Hmm.
there was a blue line.
Actually,
Initially.
I selected the first column also, time column.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
That is why that line is coming 1, 2, 3, 4. When I'm going to delete, it's not coming. If you will select only single column, you just look at here. I'm going to show you again. I just deleted. If I will select only single column, right?
Yes, sir.
And in this chart, I will select use it line with markers, right? Click
Okay, sir.
OK. I got this chart only. Right? Or if I will select both timeline as well as value, again, I will draw line and marker because of this time it's automatically taken here now. It is
Yes,
not
sir.
considering the value. And if I'll take this, in this case, where? Right?
Yes, sir.
Because of I would select the heading now, that means the Excel is considering we have two columns, and that means we have to draw two lines.
Okay, sir.
If I'm going to click on this and delete, it become normal,
Yes, sir.
right? Okay.
Yes.
So up to this point, there is no doubt. Yes, everyone.
Sir, I have one doubt, sir. How can we get the forecasting values, sir?
Oh, it's too early now. It is okay. That means actually you want to know in this data, which I am going to show you. This is what 2022, right?
Yes, sir.
Quarter 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
Yes, sir.
And what you want? You want to know the forecasted sale. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
You want to know the forecasted sale. And the question is this: how will I get this value? You have the same question now? Who asked this question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sandeep, sir. This is Sandeep.
Right. Okay. Actually, we have to process a certain, there is a certain process. We have to follow it. Are you ready to do it with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
Okay, done. So you just tight your belt and we are going to take off because of I'm talking about trend line. Trend line is like this. It's a kind of takeoff, right? Okay. Now, because of I observe that there is a seasonality is there, and the seasonal is what? 4 quarter season is there. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a moving average of 4 quarters. Done?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, problem is this. I'm talking about moving average of 4 quarters. So this is my first 4 quarters. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
And we mention the average in central. Yes or no? And what is
Yes,
the
sir.
midpoint of these 4?
2 and 3, in between 2 and 3.
Between 2 and 3. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Is it possible? May I write between 2 and 3? But actually there is no cell.
Yes, sir. It is tough.
So what I'll do, I'm going to write in at this point. Yes or no? In third quarter, I'm going to calculate it at third quarter. And why I'm going to write it third quarter? In some time you will get it, no, right? So average of first 4 now,
Yes, sir.
right? And enter. We got the value.
Yes,
I'm
5.4.
just
Yes,
going
sir.
to drag it down. Correct?
Yes, sir.
The last
Yes,
value is
sir.
7.4. It is correct or not? No, it is not correct. Why it is not correct?
It has taken only
Because of the fourth value is
4.
0 in that case. Yes or no? This cell
Yes,
is
sir.
empty now. This cell is empty. If I'm talking about this cell,
Yes,
this
sir.
cell is what? Empty.
Yes, sir.
That is why. Right. So what should I do? I have to remove it. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
And what about this? It is perfectly correct. Okay. Now, if I'm going to take a central moving average. I'm going to take a moving average of these two. You just try to understand the 5.4 is a moving average of these two now. These four quarters, yes or no?
Yes, yes, sir.
And 5.6 is a moving average of these four.
Yes, sir.
So that means it is the average of these five. Basically, overall, I'm talking about overall.
But both the values are different, sir.
No, okay, no, because of in first time I took this now,
Yes, sir.
and in the second time I took this. Ultimately, how many numbers I have covered in the moving average?
5.
5. Can I place the average of these two numbers at this point? Because of it is a middle point now.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to average equals to average of these two numbers, right? And enter. Now that problem has been solved now.
Yes, sir.
The problem which were occurred, okay, because of we took a average moving average of 4 quarter, and the average of moving average of 4 quarter must be placed between 2 and 3. That is not possible. So what I did, I take a central value of moving average, CMA. What I took a central value of moving average. Done.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can I drag it? Let me check it is correct or not. No, it is not correct. Yes or no? Why it is not correct?
It is taking
Because of
only
the cell is empty.
values.
Because of the cell is empty, right?
Yes.
So I have to delete it. Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, this is what central moving average. When I'm talking about the forecasting in time series analysis, there are 3 effects in the time series. That is what number 1 is seasonality. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Seasonality effect. Number 2 is what? Time effect.
Mm-hmm.
That is what seasonality. Number 2 is trend. Number 2 is
Trend.
what? Trend.
Trend. Yes, sir.
Seasonality and trend, and sometime regularity. Right. So because of there is a seasonality, that means I'm not talking about the regularity. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So this time I have to talk about the seasonality and trend. So how will I calculate it? I want to know the seasonality. What I want to know? The seasonality and
Trend.
regularity. I want to know the seasonality with time, or I am talking about regularity with time. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
And how will I get this value?
So from the forecasting?
No, I will get this value with the help of, that is what, this is my sales now. And I'm talking about sales. Ultimately, my value is this. This is what? YT. This is what? YT. Dependent value. My
Dependent value.
dependent value is what? Y, right?
Yes.
And Y is depend on what?
Time, sir.
Y is depend on what? Seasonality into regularity into trend. Yes or no? These 3 factors, seasonality, regularity, and trend. And what happened? I'm going to use multiplication rule this time. Yes or no? There is an addition tool, that is what? Seasonality plus regularity plus trend. But I will use what? Multiplication rule. Is that clear?
Okay, sir.
So this is what my Y. So what I'll do, I'm talking about YT divided by CMA. CMA. So can I calculate it? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Is equals to YT divided by CMA. Got it? Agreed or not? Why haven't calculated the regularity and seasonality for first 2 quarters? Why haven't calculated the regularity and seasonality for these 2 quarters? Because of we don't have seasonality idea and regularity idea in this case. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. That is why I have to ignore it. Now, if I'm talking about
Basically, these are
seasonality, yeah,
basic. Basically, these are basis of the trend.
yeah.
That is why.
Actually, I want to know the fluctuation which is occurring on the basis of different time frame. If you will see, if I'm talking about in 3rd quarter, the seasonality effect is what?
1.10.
What about in 3rd quarter of next year
1.08.
and next?
1.11. And
Right.
empty.
This is what seasonality and regularity, na? So I want to know the average seasonality. What I want to know?
Average seasonality.
Average seasonality. And how will I calculate the average seasonality? Because of we have 1st quarter, 2nd quarter, 3rd quarter, and 4th quarter. We have 4 quarters now.
Yes, sir.
And I want to know the average seasonality of 3rd quarter. For what? 3rd quarter. So equals to average of this, comma, this. Oh, I have to delete it first. Hai na? Otherwise, it's going to.
Disturb, sir.
There are so many obstacles now in life. So this, then 3rd is this, then 3rd one is this, right? What is
Yes,
the
sir.
average?
1.09.
1.09. Can we calculate for 4th as well?
Yes, sir.
Average 4th. So this value,
1.16.
this, comma,
1.12.
okay, I got it. But it is little bit tough now.
It is becoming complex, sir.
And we are expert in Excel.
Not as much as you are.
No, you all are expert in Excel. I know it very well. You just look at here. What I'm going to do equals to, because of you just learn from me, equals to average. And there is one function average if. Average if.
If. Conditional.
Right. Average if. And average if is what? Range. I'm talking about the range. This is what my range. This is my range. Right? And from the range, what I want to select? I want to select one. 1st quarter I want to choose, right?
Yes, sir.
And I want to take average of what?
Average of range.
This. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you just look at here, because of, I will drag it. I will drag it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to freeze it. What I'm going to do it? I'm going to freeze it. Do you have an idea about relative referencing and absolute referencing? This is what my absolute referencing. I don't want to change it, right?
Yes,
so
sir.
I'm going to freeze it. Comma. This is my criteria. and it must be relative because of I'm going to drag it. I will drag it, so it must be change. Then if I'm talking about this, this is also a what? I must freeze it. I freeze it and just entered. Got it? Now you just look at here, the value of the third quarter and fourth quarter is what? 1.09, 1.14, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
I will drag it now, you will get the same values. Drag, same value.
Yes, sir.
Because of what I applied, I must freeze this part and must freeze this part. That
And
is,
this, and sir, how did you freeze it?
you just use F4 function key.
Okay, sir.
Right. Suppose we have this series 45, 68, 59, 12, 25, this, right? And what I want to divide this series. I want to divide this series with a particular number. Suppose, say, I want to multiply this value with alpha. Alpha is equals to this. And alpha is what? It might be 0.5, it might be 0.2, it might be 0.1. Yes or no?
0.05 or 0.5, sir?
No, I'm just saying, suppose it is 0.05. Suppose. And I want to multiply with the 45. So what should I do? You normally do this pattern now.
45 into
45
0.05.
multiply by this
Yes, sir.
and entered. And when I'm going to drag it, what happened?
Yes, sir.
What's the reason behind it? Because of 68 multiplied by this number, 35 multiplied by this number. Because of I drag it down, so it's going to take a relative referencing. The value is also dragging down. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
And if I'm going to make it J2, that means I'm talking about this number. I'm going to make it freeze. I just click on this number. Then
Yes,
I press function 4 key. When I will apply function 4 key, you will find a $sign before column number and row number.
Yes, sir. $sign it is, yes.
Just entered, and now you will drag it. Got it?
Got it, sir. Got it, sir.
And
Thank you,
if
sir.
you will change the value 0.075, suppose, right? You will get the same impact on every number. So this is called absolute and relative referencing. So with the help of this, I just find it, average value. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So that means the seasonal effect, I'm talking about seasonal effect in quarter 1 is 0.93. So here must be 0.93. Yes or no? In quarter 2, 0.84.
84.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir. 1.09, 1.14.
So can I do one thing, a control copy and just Alt Control V, paste value.
Yes, sir.
This is also a good method now. And we have another method. Are you interested to learn?
Yes, sir.
That method is what? VLOOKUP. Have you heard this function?
Yes, sir.
VLOOKUP. What I'm looking for? I'm looking for this value. Yes or no?
Yes,
Where
sir.
this value is available? This value is available in this array, right?
Yes,
Because
sir.
of this array must be freeze. I'm going to make it what? Absolute
F4.
referencing.
Yes, sir.
Absolute referencing. I just press F4 function key, comma. Which number we want? I want to know the second number column. That means 0.93, 0.84. Yes or no? The value which is in second column. And just put comma. That is what? Absolute match, exactly match, and just entered and drag it. And you will get a fantastic values. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Up to this level, it is clear now?
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can you repeat the function VLOOKUP once again, sir?
Sure.
values are repetitive, sir.
Values are repetitive because of these are repetitive now. Quarter 1, 2, 3, 4, quarter 1, 2, 3, 4, quarter 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, sir.
It is what seasonal effect, na? It is just only seasonal effect. Got
In
your point?
season, the values are changing in the same way as they moved
No,
earlier.
no. Just listen me. Every year in the at the occasion of Diwali, the gold sale is high, na?
Yes, sir.
Every year, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And what about in the at the time of Shraddh Paksh?
No, sir. There is no sale.
There is no sale.
Yes.
What about at the time of in the month of May, June? Again, it goes down.
Yes, sir.
At the time of 14th December to 14th January, when Mal Mas is going on,
Yes, sir. There is no sale.
that is what off season now.
Yes, sir.
And that means it is going to repeat it every year now. That is why we got the seasonal effect in the first quarter is 0.93, second quarter is 0.84, third quarter 1.09, and fourth is 1.04. You just consider because of Diwali came into the fourth quarter now. You just assume.
Yes, I got
Right.
it, sir.
So seasonal effect is more, and in the in this second quarter, seasonal effect is less, right?
Yes,
I
sir.
just
Yes.
calculate the seasonal effect, and I'm just going to put the seasonal effect in this column. So definitely is going to repeat it again
Yes, sir.
in the
Got
same
it.
frequent. So we look up is what basically. Yes, look at here. Equals to who asked this question? Please focus on it. We look up. What is the first argument? Look up value. What I'm looking for? I'm looking for the value for first quarter. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And in this case, what is the value of first quarter? 0.93. Actually, I
Yes.
want the value 0.93 now.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And this 0.93 is available in this table.
Yes, sir.
This is what my
Yes.
table array. And in table array, which column is meaningful for me? What I want? The seasonal effect now. That is what second number column.
Yes, sir.
I put 2 because of this is first column. 1, 2, 3, 4 is a first column. 0.93, 0.84, 1.09 is a second column. That is why I
Yes.
took second. 2, comma. What approximate value or exact match? I want to do exact match. And just entered. We got 0.93 now.
Yes, sir.
And because of I haven't done, yes, I have done the absolute referencing. Yes, I just drag it. I got the seasonality, seasonal effect.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'm looking for what? D-seasonal. What I'm looking for? D-seasonality. How will calculate D-seasonality? Look at here. I'm going to calculate D-seasonality. That is what? YT divided by ST. Yes or no? So equals to, this is what my YT divided by ST. What we got? D-seasonality, right? Yes, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what next? We find the D-seasonality. Now I am interested to know the trend. What I'm interested?
Trend.
Trend. And how will I come to know the trend? Trend is coming on the basis of what? Regression. How will I get the trend? Trend is coming on the basis of regression. Right. And basically what, how will get it? That is what? Regression between actually dependent value variable and independent variable in what? Regression. When I'm talking about trend, the dependent variable is what? My
Sales.
D-seasonality. Deseasonality. I'm talking about trend, right? And
Okay.
independent value is what? Time,
Time.
right? But we don't have time series now. We have to include the time series. Can I include?
Yes, sir.
This is what time. That is one. And I just drag it because of it's going to play an important role for me. Time. Right?
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm going to calculate regression. How will I calculate regression? I think everyone is aware with the regression pattern, data analysis,
Regression.
regression. Okay. And what
Then
is my
Y
Y?
value.
What is
Dependent
my
value.
Y? Deseasonality.
Deseasonality.
And what is my X?
Time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Right. And where I want to get the output, I want to get the output at this place. Right. And okay. Done. What's the intercept is 5.09 and value of X is what? 0.14. There is a linearity. There is a R square value is good. This is what there is a significance and P value is also good. Everything is perfect.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm going to calculate it. And how I will calculate? Equals to what is constant? This what? This is what my intercept now?
Yes, sir.
Plus what is the slope? This is what my slope
Yes, sir.
multiply by time.
Yes, sir.
I got the trend.
Trend.
Got my point?
Mhm.
I got the trend. Done, everyone? Now I'm going to do forecast. What I'm going to do?
Forecast.
Forecast. And forecast is basically what? Seasonal multiply by trend. Seasonal multiply by trend. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Just drag down. I got the forecast.
Forecast.
Is there any problem up to this point?
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So this seasonality and deseasonality means seasonality is the period when the sale is high, and
Yeah.
deseasonality is the period when sale is low.
Basically, we deseasonality, but that means it is not talking about the sales is low. The seasonality, deseasonality, that means I'm talking about the which part is remaining, which is not contributing in seasonality. Got your point?
No, sir.
Although every year, this is what average pattern. That means on the occasion of Diwali, the gold will sell, say, 20 crore rupee. Right?
Yes,
But
sir.
just because of Diwali, it's going to increase this much of percentage. And
Yes.
that increment is known as seasonality. Yes or no? If I
Yes, sir.
will remove that the occasion of Diwali, the remaining point is known as deseasonality, right?
Okay, sir.
I'm just going to calculate the effect. Ki how much, because of the seasonality, is going to contribute in what? Trend now. If you have
Yes, sir.
remembered, the trend is coming from deseasonality.
Yes, sir.
Because of we took we applied the regression equation between what? Deseasonality and
Deseasonality and time.
time. Yes or no? That is
Yes,
why
sir.
we got the trend.
Okay, sir.
It is little bit tough, please. I know. But definitely you are enjoying it. Say yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. At the end, we will say about this thing that we were enjoyed or not, especially today's topic. Okay, so this is what we got the forecast, right? Now, I am just talking about the next. This is what up to 2021 we had a data now.
Yes, sir.
And I'm interested to know the sale forecasting for 2020, the sales
True.
forecasting in 2020, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. Right?
Yes, sir.
I just drag it down. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if I'm talking about this, perfect.
He matches it, okay? And then at year 4, quarter 4, when our blue line ends, we enter
Just
into
a
the
minute,
future.
just a minute. This is what done. My voice is clear now?
Yes, sir.
Let me check what happened. My voice is coming or not?
It's
Yes.
coming.
Okay. So I just get the value, right? I just drag it down. Now, how will we get the forecasting? You just look at here. It's a wonderful tool. I'm just going to insert a chart. I'm just going to insert a chart. This, add data, add. If I'm talking about this, the values were this. The values were this. Done. And okay. This was my data. This was my actual data, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now what I'll do, I'm just talking about my pattern. If I'm talking about my pattern, which I got from the CMA, right?
Yes, sir.
I just add that line also. That is what CMA. And the values of CMA were this. And okay. Okay, this is what CMA. Now I am going to talk about the forecast, right? How we'll get the forecast? Just select data, add. I'm talking about the forecast. Just reverse and select the value and click OK. Okay. Can you see the forecasting for
Yes, sir.
this? And
Yes,
you will see, if I'm talking about, I will compare from my previous pattern. That is also fantastic now.
Yes, sir.
If you will see at this point of time, you can see forecasting. This is what? Definitely there is a difference between the actual and observed, but the differences are very less. Similarly, that means in upcoming quarter, that means quarter 1 of 2022, quarter 2 of 2022, quarter 3 of 2022, and quarter 4 of 2022. It's what? I will get the value, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And with the help of this pattern, you can get the forecasting. You got it or not, my point? What is the sale in case of a first quarter of 2022? 7.09. Can you see the value?
Yes, sir. 7.09.
And what about in quarter 2?
6.49.
Then quarter 3
8.63.
and quarter 4?
9.19.
9.19. This is what the expected sale. Yes or no?
Yes.
Can you see it here? This is what the expected sale. And definitely when you will, oh, just a minute, I will reduce it and then now. So this is your expected sales in what? The coming 4 quarters. And you will get the actual sale. You can write the actual sale here only. Done, everyone? Yes, tell me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Actually, is it possible? Can you put on your camera? If you don't mind. Actually, I want to see your faces after completion of this small topic of forecasting. And I want to know your feedback as well. Ki, how do you feel after, applying so many complex process to get the forecasting of 4 quarter only? I think regression is far better than this method, na?
Yes, sir. Very much.
But in regression, you are getting the straight line only. Yeah, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
There is no seasonal effect. There is no seasonality effect. But with the help of time series analysis, you will get the seasonality effect. And you have seen, you can compare your forecasting with your past data. There is a very less difference between the observed value as well as forecasted value. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
And I'm 100% sure today you have to take a Saridon or Disprin or Combiflame or Flexon to to remove the hangover of this trend line forecasting. Do you want? Can I repeat it again?
No, sir.
Yes, sir. One more time.
No, I am 100% sure. You will ask. You will ask definitely.
It all depends on our
Yes, sir. I want.
So I'm going to repeat it again on the same data. Then I'm going to repeat on the. No, okay. I'm going to repeat it again on the same data, right? Then I will share one data set with you, different data set, and you just apply on that data, right? And forecasting. It is assigned today's assignment. Agree, done?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I hope you will do it.
right.
ठीक है ना? And I will ask to Ravi sir that you just it must be mandatory. You just put this message. It is mandatory. It is compulsory. Right? Okay. I'll repeat it again. I'll repeat it again. So again, come back. Thanks a lot for put on your camera. Again, we are going towards this and what I'm going to do, delete. Right? Now we reached on our original position now.
Yes, sir.
Right. Just forget about this timeline. You just forget about the timeline. I'm not going to delete it now. So my purpose is this. I'm interested to forecasting for 2022 for quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the serial number will be 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay. So what we did first, we have to calculate what?
Moving average.
So I'm going to calculate moving average of 4 quarters
Yes, sir.
equals to, oh, no, not this position. I'll take here only equals to moving average. So AVERAG average of first 4 quarters. This is what we got the average, and just drag it and let me check that it is perfect or not. I have to increase the size like this. Perfect. Done. Then because of it is not linked with the right number, yes or no? Because of 5.4 is not connected with the third quarter of 2018. So what we should do? We have to
CMA.
calculate CMA. Right. So in case of a CMA is equals to average of these two numbers,
Yes, sir.
and just done. And I'm going to delete it. And let me check that it is correct or not. It is perfect, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we calculate the CMA. What next? What we will do?
Seasonality.
We calculate the seasonality. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
ST, or we can say IT.
I-
Regularity or seasonality I'm talking about, right?
We can also say, sir, the interval.
Yes, please.
Can we say it as an interval?
No. Basically, we are interested to check the impact of season. Like in 2018, what was the impact of seasonality? Right, in different quarters. And how we will calculate, that is what YT divided by CMA. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And YT is what? This is what YT. So here we don't have any value. That is why we are going to calculate from here only. Equals to, this is what YT divided by CMA, right?
Yes, sir.
We got the values. And what we have to do? Now, we got the seasonality effect, but we want to know the average seasonality effect. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So, average seasonality effect of quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4. Average seasonality effect in case of a quarter 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So, how will I calculate the average? Please let me know. Very simple. It is equals to average if. Have you remember I told you this function average if?
Yes, sir.
And what is your range? This is your range.
Yes, sir.
In this range, you will select the criteria, right?
Yes, sir.
And again, you want to take average of this, right? And I'm going to freeze it. Absolute referencing, right?
Yes.
Just entered. We got it. And just I'll minimize this. And what next? I just drag it so that we get the average of each quarter. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And I'm just going to calculate the seasonality for every time. So equals to, we lookup value is this, comma, this is what my lookup array. And I want to know the second column. I'm interested in second column, and I want to exact match the value. I just entered. Got it? We got the values now?
Yes, sir.
We got the values. Right. This is what seasonality. What next? What we calculate next?
Seasonality.
Deseasonality. So can I take DST? Deseasonality equals to, then what should we do in case of a deseasonality? That
We
is
have
what,
to take time.
YT divided by ST. Yes or no?
Okay.
Now we got the deseasonality. Right? It is very easy, no?
No, sir, it is.
Now, sir, now it is very easy. Now you are doing fantastic. Right or not?
Yes, sir.
Then what we calculate?
Forecast. Trend, sir.
Trend, we have to calculate trend. How we can calculate trend?
With the help of time series regression.
With the help of time series regression. And regression between what? Which one is our dependent variable?
Sales.
Deseasonality is our dependent variable.
Yes, deseasonality. Sorry.
Deseasonality is our dependent variable and time is what our
Depend.
independent variable.
Independent
Right.
variable. Yes.
So I'm just going to calculate. That is what data. Regression. Okay. And I just remove it. Okay. Now I'm talking about my dependent variable. This is what my dependent variable, right? And in case of a independent variable, this is what my independent variable. That is what time. We have selected label as well. And output, I want output at this place and just click OK. So we got the output and you can easily see that regression linearity is good and definition is good. There is a proper significant, ANOVA is significant and p-value is also significant, right? So this is what my intercept and this is what my slope. So I'm going to calculate it equals to intercept, right? I'm going to make it absolute plus, then I have to take what? Time, slope of time. I want to make it absolute, then
Yes.
multiply by time. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
This is what y is equals to a plus bx now. That is
Yes.
what trend is equals to a plus b into time. So I
Yes.
got it. And just I'm going to drag it so that I will get the trend.
Forecast.
This
Trend,
is
sorry.
what, this is what
Trend.
a trend. This is what a trend.
Trend.
Now, I told you that your forecast. Forecast is basically what? ST multiply by TT, right? That is what? Seasonality into trend is basically
Trend.
forecast, right? So equals to, this is seasonality multiply by trend is what? A forecast. Any doubt up to this point? Yes or no? No. Now I'm interested to forecast for next. So what should we do?
Drag the column of forecast. Oh,
Right?
yes, sir.
So what is the forecasted value? This is the
7.09.
forecasted value. That means in 2022 Q1, the expected sale is 7.09. And in 2022, in second quarter, expected sale is what?
6.49.
6.49, 8.63, and
9.19.
9.19 in the fourth quarter. And
Yes,
I'm interested to check that our forecasting is correct or not, right?
Yes, sir.
So how we will check it? We will draw a chart. So I'm going to insert and chart, just delete click in a blank, insert, chart, select data, add data, and this is what are sales, right?
Yes, sir.
And what are the values of series? This is the values.
No forecasting.
No, I'm talking about the actual,
Actually, yes, sir.
right? Okay. And again, add. Now I'm talking about forecast,
Yes, sir.
and the values are what? These are the
Value.
values, right? And just click OK and OK. Now you can see, if you will closely observe this chart, you can easily understand that your forecasting is going as the actual
Actual
pattern. Yes or
trend.
no?
Yes, sir.
And at some point of time, it is perfect forecast. If I'm talking about this point, fourth quarter of 2000, whatever, like why
5, 6.
whatever, I have to tell now, 18. So in case of a forecasting, that is what, 2018.
18.
I'll do one thing, just a minute. I'll do one more thing. Select data, edit, and I will select it. Okay. Okay. Now it's perfectly fit.
Yes, sir.
You can see the year as well.
Yes, sir.
So that is what in 2018 quarter 3, the forecast sale and actual sale, there is no difference. Similarly in quarter 4, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Then
Yes,
there's a
sir.
difference, little bit difference, but here no difference, very
Yes,
less difference, no difference, right? So we can easily understand that our forecasting is perfect for the future. And if you will apply the regression equation, what will be happen? Suppose you applied the regression equation we discussed in last 4 days. What will be happen? Your regression line is like this. Why is not? I don't know what happened. I have to write it like this. Your regression is line like this now.
Yes, sir.
Right. So what happened? It's better that we have to understand what is the importance of time series analysis. So now you are comfort 100% understand this thing. If your data is depend on some other variable, what you will use? Forecasting, regression, yes or no? It might
Yes,
be
sir.
a simple linear regression. It might be a exponential. It might be a multiple regression. But when your data is depend on time, you are not supposed to use any other method. You have to use time series forecasting only. Got it, my point?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you have any doubt, please ask me.
So when we are doing the trend analysis or the forecasting of the time series, is it only the seasonality, trend, and de-seasonality which need to be considered, or
Uh,
any other variable we should also consider?
just a minute, just a minute. I'll show you something, right? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
What do you understand from this data? What do you think about it?
What is the expected sales of two states?
Expected
3 years.
sales. What will be the expected sale in the quarter 3 and of 2022, right?
Yes, sir.
So how will I calculate it? How will I calculate it?
By the same way which we have done.
We have to use regression analysis, or we have to use time series analysis.
Time series it works.
Why time series analysis? Because of the sale is depend on time frame, na?
Yes, sir.
This is what time.
Yes, sir.
And I want to forecast about the Rajasthan, or I am going to forecast about the West Bengal, right?
Yes, sir.
Then when I'm talking about the time series analysis, the next point, we have to understand what kind of time series we have. That means we have to check the pattern.
Yes, sir.
That pattern is what? It is a trend, it is a horizontal, it is a seasonal, it is a cyclic. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So we have to understand it first. When we have to understand it, then we will apply the appropriate tool. Otherwise, what happen? You might be consider it as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
10.
And it become your X, that is what independent variable, and become Y, and you can find it, that is Y is equals to A plus BX.
BX.
But in that case, it is not sure, na, your forecasting is perfect. Suppose it is quite possible your data is linear. Suppose your data is linear like this. In that case, your forecasting is perfect. But if there is a fluctuation like this, then we can't say, na, your forecasting is perfect in this time period.
Yes, sir.
So whenever you are going to study such issues, and simply I can say, you just see in your data, your data is based on time, or your data is based on some other variable. If your data is based on some other variable, what you have to do? You have to apply regression, right? And
Yes,
if
sir.
your data is based on time, you have to apply time series analysis. You just look at here. In this case, sales is depend on time, or sales is promotion is depend on time, or sales is depend on promotion.
Sales is dependent on promotion, sir. It is
If I'm going to ignore this column, then it become time series analysis. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Exactly.
And if I'm going to forget about the time factor, I just want to check the impact of promotion on sales.
It is
Then it become
regression.
what? Regression.
Yes, sir.
Again, you have to check that regression is linear or regression is exponential.
Yes, sir.
Then you have to check it. Or polynomial. Have you remember? May I show you that in Excel? We can check
Yes,
it's a polynomial will be like 2 degree, 3 degree, 4 degree, 6 degree.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
An exponential. So we have to focus on that part. So it's totally dependent. Like in this case, if I'm talking about this case, we can see that according to time, our print media expenditure is increasing of what? What will be the, in case of August 2022, what will be the expenditure on print media? When I'm going to talk about compare with time, it depend on time, it is what? A time series analysis, right?
Yes,
If similarly, how much amount I'm going to spend on social media? How much amount I'm going to spend on what? Search engine marketing. But when I'm talking about that, my sales is depend on what? These three factors. In that case, and I want to check the impact of these three factors on sales. Impact of these three factors on sale. What I have to use? Multiple regression.
multiple regressions.
Whatever point, like in the, I'm just assuming that in the month of July, I'm going to spend 40,000 rupee on print media, 80,000 rupee on social media, and 80,000 rupee on search engine marketing. What will be my expected sale? So with the help of multiple regression, I can calculate it. So this is not a question of time series analysis, but the print media, the expected expenditure on print media in July 2022, it comes in the category of time series analysis, right?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Any other doubt, please ask me. Yes,
So I have a question.
yes.
So let's suppose we want to know the forecasting of Indian rupee in comparison with the US dollar.
Indian rupee in comparison to US dollar. Okay.
We want to forecast the future price of the Indian rupee.
Right.
We'll do the time series analysis.
No, you have to do regression only.
Regression only.
Regression only. Because of there's no time factor. Na? You are considering only two values. That is what? Price of what? Dollar and price of rupee.
Yes, sir.
There is no factor of this now. If you are going to do, you just look at here. I'm going to share my Word document, and oh, there's no Word document. Anyway, we will take this part. This is what time.
Yes, sir.
This is what dollar, and this is rupee. Right.
Yes.
I want to know. I want to do forecasting in the month of August, September, October.
For the next quarter,
August,
yes, sir.
September, and October. Definitely, there is a relationship between the rupee and
Dollars.
dollar.
Yes, sir.
Right. You can do one thing. You can forecast the price because of there is an exchange price, na?
Yes, sir.
Right. So in that case, exchange price, you will have only either this column or this column. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right. So say time, then exchange rate. I'm talking about exchange rate. So I'm going to eliminate these two columns now. I'm not talking about dollar and rupee separately. I'm talking about exchange rate. Say exchange rate is 50.50, then 55.25, 56.15 like this, and 70.25.
Yes, sir.
So according to time fluctuation is going on now, then you have to do what? Time series analysis. Because of you are going to compare the exchange rate with what? Time. Right?
Yes, sir.
But you will find something that you may not find the seasonality, right? Because of an exchange rate, there is no impact of seasonality, na?
Yes, sir. There is no.
You have to check that there is a seasonality or not. If there is no seasonality, then you have to use different method for forecasting.
So trend will not work?
No, this method is not work, which I discussed with you.
Okay.
Because of there is a pattern, na?
Yes, sir.
That is why we find it out the seasonality.
Yes, sir.
If suppose there is no seasonality, then
Sir, I think we should go for trend.
so then we have to go for go with only trend. And that is why I'm saying picture abhi baki hai.
Yes, sir.
Actually, today's topic is totally based on what? Seasonal forecasting, right? When your data have a seasonality.
Yes, sir.
Any other doubt, please? No doubt?
So then how we calculate the data which is not seasonal?
We will discuss it tomorrow, na?
Okay, sir. Okay, fine. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Got it.
Abhi two lectures are left.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I will discuss some research paper as well. Ki how you will use these method in research paper.
But today's session was very, very nice. Fantastic session it was.
Only today's?
Because today's was the session which I haven't learned earlier.
Okay. So you know, Ravi sir must invite you for regression analysis, right? So that I will also learn a new insight into regression.
No, sir, everything I have learned from you, that is true. But the
Hey,
today's session is much advanced.
actually, the purpose of this FDP is only so that we can learn the forecasting as well as time series analysis. Because of you have attended many FDPs, which is based on data analysis using SPSS or Excel, and we rarely talk about the forecasting. We rarely talk about the time series analysis and all. And if I'm talking about in economics, if I'm talking about in finance, our analysis is totally based on either forecasting or time series analysis.
Yes,
Right.
sir, earlier I was in I was thinking that this forecasting is very, very tough and we can't do through Excel. It is only can be done by the AI.
Mhm.
That is why.
Then that is why I'm giving more emphasis on Excel instead of SPSS or some other software.
Yes, so that is why today's session was
Because of
special.
because of Excel is free for us, na. It is not
And
open source. It
familiar
is not
and
licensed
familiar also.
software. No, actually, in Indian mentality, Excel is not licensed software. But this is fact. It is a licensed software. You have to pay for it. But normally, due to piracy, you will get a free MS Office in your system. From where you will purchase your laptop, na, he will ask, don't worry, I will install MS Office. In
Yes,
fact,
sir.
2019 and 2021.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Any other query?
Sir, ARIMA model will you explain tomorrow, sir?
Most probably.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Right. Yeah. Yes, Aarti ma'am, over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. It was so interesting. Sir, I wish to tell you personally that as you know, my exams are going on. So most of the times I am unable to catch you at 4:30 sharp because 4 o'clock the exam gets over. And by the
Okay.
time I reach home and then I switch on everything and all. But in the back of my mind, there is something going on that I am missing Brijesh sir's session because the kind of connect you have with your researchers, no, that's really amazing. And sir, I wish your health is fine now.
A little bit, not exactly. I've got a throat infection.
Oh, so sir,
Fever is controlled. Now fever is controlled, but
sir,
we are in the same situation. Ravi sir and me are on the same
sir, same.
situation.
Yesterday, I was also sailing in the same boat. I also had running nose and sir, for throat infection and running nose, there is one saying that if you take medicine, you will be cured in a week, and if you do not take medicine, you will be cured in 7 days. So that means one and the same thing. So 7 days you have to be sick. But I wish speedy recovery to you and Ravi sir both.
Yeah, ma'am.
So thank you so much for the session on the 5th day in this 7 days long FDP come workshop. The topic was estimating the autocorrelation function. Thank you so much, sir. It was as interesting as usual. And honestly, after this particular FDP, I have become your fan because I have seen that the kind of hard work and consistency you show for the researchers to learn. Thank you so much for being here, sir. And Ravi sir, with your permission, I would request all the participants to give sir's feedback on the last day, that is 31st. So before the formal vote of thanks will give to sir, we would request some of the participants, maybe 2 or 3 participants can also give their feedback.
We will invite them.
Yes, sir.
Actually, there's one more request. If it is possible, I want that every participant will give me the review on my Google review. You just search my name, Dr. Brijesh Awasthi, and you will find a Google review. You just put your views over there. If I'll read your reviews, definitely these reviews are going to motivate me and it's going to improve in my teaching methodology and pedagogy.
Definitely, sir. Definitely. We will also give the reviews and Thank you so much, Dr. Vijay sir, once again.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you,
And
so
Dr.
much.
Ravi, sir, please take care of your health, and
Yes, ma'am.
Rajesh, sir, also.
Man,
both of you.
because I think the viral is going
Yeah.
each and everybody is.
So, sir,
suffering
tomorrow
from-
and day after, I do not have any exam, Saturday, Sunday. So, I'll be there with you for whole 2 hours tomorrow and day after. So,
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
now, my next exam is on Monday. So,
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
thank you so much once again, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. And please take care of your health.
Yes, sir.
And thanks to all the participants. And tomorrow the topic is forecasting exponential smoothing, forecasting from ARIMA models. So we will meet same time tomorrow, 4:30. So thank you so much. Thanks to everyone. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.